Hello everyone, what's up? As for me, well, on the weekend from January 23rd to 25, I went to G Anime in Gatineau. That's in Quebec. Actually, that's near the border between Quebec and Ontario. It's very close to Ottawa. So yeah, so that was a very bilingual place. It has given me a chance to practice my English. Uh, I could talk with very real Anglophones, so there's that. Uh, Genome itself was a lot of fun. It was the first con I've ever been to, so it was pretty great. It's always a shock the first time you see all these people wearing cosplays. It's just, you don't get used to it until after maybe the second day. It's just odd, you know? You see all these people with these weird costumes and these weird haircuts and all this color, and then you see them eating at Subways. See what I mean? You don't get used to that very quickly. It takes a while, but it's pretty great. So that was my first con. I met many artists who were there. I bought a lot of stuff, so much that now I'm poor. The people I met Benzai, who's a French video game reviewer who does the show called Hard Corner. You might know it if you've been on That Guy with the Glasses in the past. Benzai is no more with them, but he's still doing the show. I met John Lang, the creator of an MP3 series called Le Donjon de Nahelbeck. This one is it's an MP3 series about a bunch of adventurers who are going in a dungeon, tabletop RPG style. And there's a tabletop RPG stats, tabletop RPG species, like there's an elf, a dwarf, a witch, a barbarian, a troll, a ranger. Too bad it's in French though. But John Lang was also there to promote the TV series that is being made currently about this series, which is going to be a cartoon. And he was also promoting the video game, which is currently being produced. So there's that. It was a lot of fun to meet that guy. Of course, I haven't been a huge fan of Donjon de Nahelbeck, but I know the series, and I know it's funny, and I know it's pretty cool, so it was still great to meet him. I met some of the other people, like YouTubers, Tester Alpha, which is from Quebec as well. There were plenty of other YouTubers from Quebec who were there. So I've had the chance to meet some of them, congratulate them on their work, discuss a bit about my blog planned all along. So that's what I did mostly. Last but not least, I also met Doug Walker, aka the Nostalgia Critic. Everyone says he's a fun guy. Everyone says he's very nice. I agree. He's an extremely nice guy. Yeah, I might have a few things to say about him, but look, I'm just trying not to stir up more drama, okay? All I'm gonna say is that it was great meeting him in person. He gave me his autograph twice because I asked him to autograph the DVD I bought, and I also asked him to autograph a page in my notebook. So that's what I got. Yeah, and very talkative, very fun to discuss with. So I really like talking with Doug Walker. He may have a few defects, but who cares? He's a great guy. He is. He really is. The only thing that bugs me is that I never saw him with the Nostalgia Critic attire at G Anime. That's kind of sad. But he did the bad credit card joke. At least once per day. That's what I heard. I saw him do it twice. Who else did I meet? Mathieu Moreau. You might not know him, but he's doing French voices for famous anime and famous characters too. Who else was there? Oh, look, there are plenty of people, okay? There was also a reporter who goes to conventions in Quebec and who makes a web series about conventions in Quebec. He's from my city, and his name is Leduc. Well, okay. His real name, Luc Duchesne, but his nickname is Leduc. Another cool guy. It was a pretty great weekend. I've met a lot of people I wanted to meet. I've met even more people that I didn't know I wanted to meet. G Anime was great. It was awesome. And I bought a lot of stuff too. So much that now I should be considered poor. I really need to find a job now because I'm pretty much out of money now. So I think I'm just gonna show you the stuff I bought. First, there was a Sonic candy in a cute metal box, and Mario candy in a question block box. Talking about Sonic, I also got this here, a pixel art that I've hung to the wall, and it's pretty beautiful. It's gonna be on there for a long time. What else did I get? I got these little vinyl figures of Despicable Me. Actually, the one that was in the box was El Macho from Despicable Me 2. It's kind of weird though. You see, there are 12 figures to collect. But there's Gru, Margot, Edith, Agnes, 4 minions, one of which is evil, the Unicorn Doll, Dr. Nefario, the dog, and then there's him. But it's weird. With all those 12 characters, we're still missing at least 2 important characters from the Despicable Me series. That is Vector and Lucy Wilde. Yeah, Lucy isn't there. I don't get it. Sure, maybe it was too complicated, but look, you can't miss Lucy. I think she was my favorite character in the second movie. Whatever. On the side of vinyl figures, I finally bought my first Funko Pop figurine, and it's Wally. It's so adorable, don't you think? I love the Wally the movie. It's just amazing. I really wanted that figurine. Actually, it's the only one I wanted. There's so much choice among the Funko Pop that if you were to buy all the ones you wanted, you'd run out of money soon. I had to make a choice. So I went for Wally. Seriously, there are so many Funko Pop figurines, it's crazy. Now on to the other stuff. First of all, I got... Mamma mia! Yeah, I got a Mario cap. I bought it on Saturday, and trust me, after that point I was wearing it almost all the time at the con. It was almost like my own disguise. Actually, I bought it because I knew I would like it, but I also knew that I would use it for my site. Nowadays, starting now, every time I'm gonna be reviewing a Mario game, I'm gonna be wearing this cap. Only Mario games, because for the other games it's not necessary, you know, I guess. So yeah, there's that. Of course, I bought a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, a few Pokemon cards, cause I like to collect that kind of stuff. Look, all Pokemon cards, really. Just cards, you know. I bought 3 video games. I bought my very first Nintendo 3DS game, Rabbids Rumble. By the way, Rabbids Month is coming. I'm gonna talk about this later. So I bought Naruto Clash of Ninja Revolution, because I think it's a good game. I've heard good things about it, maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna try it someday and I'll see if I like it. I also bought Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Yeah, it's the first one, so maybe it's not the best, but it looks fun, it looks playable, it looks enjoyable. So, and I really wanted it because I like those mini games that make me train a little. I like to get tired when I'm playing the Wii. That's kind of odd, but so I like that kind of game. The other stuff I got from Benzai, I got Hard Corner, the movie, which I watched, and it's really funny. It's hilarious. The only problem is that it's in French and it's got no subtitles. So, also it's just 66 minutes, but it's more than enough. It's got everything you'd expect from Benzai and his metalhead character, the guy at Hard Corner, whose name is also Benjamin. Aside from Hard Corner, what else did I get? I got That Guy with the Glasses, Part 4, the fourth DVD. As you can see, it was signed by Doug Walker, so I'm very happy for that. I didn't yet have the chance to watch it. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to anytime soon. I hope so, of course, because I'm a big fan. But I hope I'm gonna have the time to. After this one, I got. Oh, hey, I'm almost done. So I got The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, the manga. I don't know if it's good. I hope it is. I haven't yet had the time to read it. The past few days have been pretty busy. Oh, and by the way, it's in French, so even my parents can read it. So that's cool. And the last thing I got was a novel called Jackie Salaberry. It's a French book. It's a French novel. It's a story in a steampunk in the early 20th century. And there's quite a lot going on in this story. Virus hunters, a girl who has to pretend she's a guy, murder, and I haven't read it yet. Well, I've read the first chapter maybe. It's very intriguing and it really sounds odd. I hope it's good. Considering I'm not a harsh public, I might enjoy it, but it might take me a while to get used to this weird universe that is presented to me. Still, it looks pretty good. Just showing it. Actually, that's pretty funny because someone went to the con dressed as Jackie Salaberry. So I'm gonna have to find a job. But I guess that's all I had to say for this. You know what? I think I'm just gonna put it on for the rest of the vlog. So, if you guys have been paying attention, something very fun is coming. It's called Rabbids Month. On February, I'm gonna be reviewing 4 Raving Rabbids games. I'm gonna be reviewing Raving Rabbids 1 for the Wii, Raving Rabbids 2 for the Nintendo DS, 2 for the Wii, and TV Party for the Wii. So that's 4 games. For each game, I'm gonna spend only one part talking about it, and then I'll have a top 12 and bottom 12 mini games for each. How it's gonna work is that once I'm done with the review itself, I'm gonna have another post on the next Monday where I first discussed the 12 mini games I really hated from that game and the 12 mini games I really liked. Of course, in some mini games are categories and all that stuff, it might be more than 12 on each side. But in the end, I just feel like it's really paying a tribute not just to the game itself, but everything that's inside the game. Of course, I'm discussing what I don't like, but I'm also discussing what I like, so I'm being fair. So there's that. Rabbids Month. Of course, that's gonna be a video. I've been discussing with comic furry user Laura Nauru, so that she would make a little something for me. You're gonna see it when you've probably seen it already. So yeah, as a big fan of the Rabbids, I felt like I had to pay tribute to the series, and the reason I'm doing so is because the first article I posted that went well beyond 1,000 views was an article about the Raving Rabbids and whether or not they actually ruined the Rayman franchise. It's an article that brought a lot of views, like a huge lot of views. But at the time it was gigantic, like it was really impressive. So I figured, hey, if this brings more views, why not make an entire month about the Raving Rabbids? I'll make money. No, that's a joke. But there's a part of it that is kind of true too. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm writing these reviews. I'm done writing the review for the first game and for Raving Rabbids 2 for the Nintendo DS. I still get to work on the other 2. I still have 3 weeks to do that. Now that I'm done talking about that, it's time for me to discuss February 2014, because as you might know that as usual for these vlogs I discuss reviews I did in the past, and this time around I'm discussing February 2014 because I already did January 2014 on another vlog. How about I start? So, Kirby's Epic Yarn. It's a fun game. It's a fun game, right, Kirby? It's a game for kids. That's a certainty, because it's very easy. It's not even that big of a challenge to achieve 100% completion. It's not easy, but it's not a challenge. And even at its hardest, Kirby's Epic Yarn remains rather easy, because you just can't die. It's really a game for young kids. To get 100% completion, you also have to get the gold medal on every level. It's another review that I was writing while I was doing my internship at the university blog Untitled. So I didn't have much time to write all these things, but it still came out pretty well. That was before I was making videos, so I didn't make a video about Kirby, but I would have liked to. What I like about this game is also that the style is beautiful. It's just a great idea. Kirby has been reduced to thread, and he's walking in a world made out of fabric. So, and every single thing is made of fabric, so that's really impressive. The staff behind the game had to get really creative. So, I applaud them for that. Writing my review was pretty easy. Could have been a lot harder, I admit that. But it was pretty easy, and I like the result. I guess I can move on to the next subject. Final Fantasy. Yeah, I reviewed this virtual console game a while ago. Final Fantasy. I haven't played much the series. I know it's epic. I've heard about some of the failures of the recent installments. That's not very fun to hear about. Everyone knows that the first Final Fantasy game is just legendary. It's a huge adventure, and when I was writing my review, I had to take that into account. That I'm not just reviewing a little game there. I'm reviewing a legend. So I had to stay fair while still praising the game because I knew it was good. But I still had to point out what was done wrong. And what irks me personally is the long fetch quest at the beginning of the game. That's annoying me a lot. I wouldn't mind so much, but it's just like some sort of introduction before we get into the real meat of the game, which is defeating the 4 spirits of the elements, and then bringing their orbs to the castle so we can go defeat Chaos. But yeah, the fetch quest is really long, and it's very difficult too, because you have to defeat a lot of powerful bosses, and oh wow, and enemies can become incredibly powerful. So yeah, it's very difficult. It's a difficult game. It's a challenging one. It's very fun though. I'll never say that it's not. But it's true that it can get kinda difficult. More than just kinda difficult. Well, I still managed to beat it, so I guess that's something good. I had to stay, like I said, I had to stay fair to it and point out what was wrong, even though technically there was very little that was wrong with it. It's not like the later games. So I guess that's all I have to say for this one too. So next one then. Top 12 tools in the Legend of Zelda series. Okay, I'm covering this top 12 here because it's kind of interesting and important. When I'm doing a top 12, most of the time I'm trying to work on it by myself. I'm doing the research myself. But in the past, I was often asking for other people. What were their opinions? What were their favorite stuff that could fit in the top 12? So when I first started about thinking about top 12s, I told myself I had to make a top 12 for almost every series out there. Every series I knew anyway. I had a top 12 for Mario. Recently I had a top 12 for the Kirby series. And I had to think of a top 12 for the Legend of Zelda series. That was not easy. So I didn't really have a first idea, but then I figured out, hey, you know what? There are lots of tools in this Legend of Zelda series. You know those little objects you pick up in the dungeons, and which you must use if you want to go forward. So I told myself, you know what? I think I'm gonna count down my 12 favorites. First, I asked some people around me. I asked my friend Laura, who's a much bigger fan of The Legend of Zelda than I am. I also asked on the Brawl in the Family forums, and yeah, I didn't really get much answers there, but it has still helped me. It has still helped me find enough ideas to fill the list. Of course, I had been playing A Link to the Past and Twilight Princess, so you might have noticed that there were a lot of tools that came from those two games. I've got to admit, Twilight Princess was very creative with its tools, and A Link to the Past had a lot of tools too. It was pretty fun to pick among all the stuff that Link used during his quests. And in the end, I just really liked the resulting list. It was fun to read. It isn't still it's perfect either. There are definitely things I could have done better, but it was still alright. It was a lot more challenging than the other stuff I do. So that's all I had to say for this one. Yeah, I spent a lot longer talking about the anime, I know, but what can I say? It was a memorable experience, and I sincerely wish I can go to more cons in the future. Because it's just amazing, you know, it's a great experience. I wish every geek out there goes to a con at least one in his life, in his or her life. Because it's just amazing. It's a lot of fun. So keep watching the site. I'm gonna be doing Rabbids Month. It's gonna start very soon. I'll have more stuff coming up. I hope you enjoy, and I can just wish you bye bye. Have a good day. Oh, Wally, 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 Wally. Wah, 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 Wally. Wah, 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 Wally. Come on. Don't look so sad. You're so adorable. Come on, cheer up. Oh, I'm gonna break it.